Going over to question 20, here we have an expression that looks like it could be difficult, but let's just start by distributing. That'll give us kx squared minus 56x is equal to negative 16. Now you want to say to yourself, this is a quadratic. Because if you have a quadratic situation, you want to have the instinct to get everything on one side equal to 0, preferably with the x squared term being kept positive. So for us, that just means adding 16 to both sides. So we have kx squared minus 56x plus 16 equals 0. Now, you should notice that the question is talking about the number of solutions for this quadratic. And that's a reference to the idea of the discriminant. Of course, you have to know the quadratic formula by heart, but the discriminant is the idea that depending on what's under the radical, it impacts our number of solutions. So just imagine what answers you would get in this made-up situation here based on having a positive 0 or negative under the solution. So a positive 2 plus or minus root 4 over 3, we'd be adding root 4 and taking it away, so we get two answers. A 0 under the radical, 2 plus or minus 0 over 3, we'd only get one answer because there's nothing really to add or subtract. And negative under the radical, well, that's a showstopper because you can't have a negative under a radical. So that would be game over. That'd be no solution. So when we hear there's no solution, it's telling us exactly that the thing under the radical, the b squared minus 4ac, it must be negative. So let's write that. B squared minus 4ac is negative based on the idea that this quadratic has no solution. This is our a, this is our b, this is our c. And so b squared negative 56 squared minus 4 times a, which is k, times c, which is 16, and that's a negative. So what's negative 56 squared on a calculator? 3,136. 4 times 16 is 64, so this is minus 64k less than 0. Now we can add 64k to both sides. 3,136 less than 64k, and then divide by 64, and we'll get k on this side and 49 on this side. Now we can reverse it. K is greater than 49. So what is the smallest, the least possible value of k? If it is an integer, well, it can't be 49 because it's greater than 49, so it needs to be 50, and that's our answer.